Introducing first, the challenger fighting out of the red corner with his co-trainers Eddie and Chepe Reynoso, wearing blue trimmed with white, officially weighing in at 154 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one. 47 victories, including 33 wins by knockout, with only 1 defeat and 1 draw. He's the former WBC light middleweight and middleweight world champion, still recognized as the linear middleweight champion of the world. Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Santos Saúl Alvarez Barragán, a.k.a. Canelo Álvarez. He's the 154-pound fighting pride of Liverpool, Merseyside, England, the reigning, defending, undefeated WBO light middleweight champion of the world, Liam Beefy Smith.
Okay, guys, I give you instruction in the dressing room. Le hagan a clean match, okay? Good luck, God bless you. Le di la instrucción en el camerino. Vamos a una pelea limpia, que hagan mejor. Dios los bendiga.
Liam Smith has the kind of aggressive style that has brought out the best in Canelo in the past. The question is Smith's best enough to make this more than just a showcase for Canelo?
Canelo. Unlike the vast majority of major events you've seen on HBO and HBO pay-per-view this year, this fight did not include drug testing by Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. That is because Liam Smith, who said he was being tested by the British Board of Boxing Control, declined to continue with VADA testing after 1 test. Canelo, when he fought Amir Khan, submitted to VADA testing and has done so through the last couple of years. So this is an unusual night in that regard, but the Texas State Athletic Commission has done their own drug testing and they say they're confident this fight is clean. Hard right hand by Canelo to start the festivities. And now sticking his jab. And the double jab. This is a pretty fast start for Canelo Alvarez, who often likes to watch and see what his opponent is doing in the first round, but has decided to take the initiative here.
Well, because he knows he's not the champ, Jim, he's come out to set the pace to let this guy know right away, hey, you're on my turf now. I'm the one that's in charge. I know you have the belt, but I am the true champ. I'm the guy that everybody's here to see. So don't you get that twisted when you come in here.
This has been pretty much all Alvarez so far, sticking his jab, firing shots to the body, getting the early jump on Liam Smith. And now Smith begins to answer back.
Now Smith has to get into this fight and see what it's like to get hit by a guy, a big guy like Canelo. Don't think he's ever been hit with anyone the quality or with the quality of punching power that Canelo possesses. So he'll have to get used to this first, then he can settle down and start fighting.
Is Canelo a 154-pound fighter with middleweight punching power?
Or maybe even light heavyweight, Jim.
This is a good first round so far for Canelo Alvarez, landing several clean shots.
Canelo's got a very compact, strong build, especially at 154 pounds.
Built like a 154-pound tank.
Looks very motivated tonight. Starting fast, putting a lot of leather on Liam Smith in the first round. Yeah. Canelo has already landed 19 punches by CompuBox count. There's still 47 seconds to go in the round. There's another body shot and the jab upstairs.
I think that right hand bothered Liam Smith. He smiled afterward, but it looked like it bothered him to me.
Oh, I think a lot of what Canelo has done has bothered Smith. It's a great first round for him so far.
Yeah, but those 2 right hands to the body, now 3. Yeah, I think he's found a shot. I think Smith's going to have to take it away from him.
And Smith is grinning again, and this kind of grin says, You're wearing me out here.
Yeah, Smith's going to have to do something to dissuade Canelo from throwing that right hand to the body.
Great jabbing in round one. Great body shots in round one. Ring generalship, psychological command. Canelo Alvarez has taken over in round one against Liam Smith. Canelo 30 of 62. That's a flood. Smith 6 of 34. That's a trickle. So Liam Smith has to hope for a reset here in round two after being thoroughly dominated in the first stanza.
The problem for Liam Smith, who just looked outclassed in the first round, is that Canelo does well when his opponent opens up and gives him counterpunching opportunities. So Liam Smith's hands are home now, but it might even get worse if they leave home.
Well, Liam Smith's plan is to try to wear Canelo down, make him work, take the punishment. We just don't know if he's going to be able to take the punishment as long as he plans to.
I think Liam Smith's best shot is the left hook to the body.
It is by far, but he hasn't been able to land it yet.
Hasn't really thrown it.
Well, he's had to keep his hands at home on defense like that.
You think Canelo was motivated by the criticism he's taken in the past few months for not following through on the Gennady-Golovkin fight?
Of course.
And if you're going to take a showcase fight, and I asked whether Smith is good enough to make this anything but a showcase, so far the answer is no, and that's a credit to Canelo. Smith's a solid fighter. But if you're going to take a showcase-type fight, you better showcase yourself, and Canelo's doing that so far.
Smith just landed a good right hand over the top, though, Max. First good
solid
punch
shot he's landed in the fight.
Yes.
And Canelo pauses to think about it just a little bit before starting to rumble again. Jab, jab, hook.
Smith's left side is turning red from those body shots, Jim.
Yep. Under the elbow, it's turning red.
Smith is a disciplined fighter.
Another hard right to the body.
He usually doesn't like to waste punches. He likes to land what he throws, but Canelo's the superior skillful fighter, the harder puncher. And he's being more active now.
Now Smith has to deal with Canelo's solid defense.
That's where Smith needs to stay, is on the inside. I don't know why he would back out to give Canelo room, because that's what you don't want.
Because Canelo's left eye, is there something on his left eye?
Yes, looks like there's a little nick right on the outside of his left eye, yes.
And it's Smith who comes into the fight with a cut in the middle of his forehead over his right eye that required 6 stitches.
Oh, good shot by Smith, right on that cut again.
Yep.
So now, there's a narrative here, as Canelo has this mark above the left eye, and Liam Smith has a target at which to throw.
And I think Liam Smith is in this fight now all of a sudden.
And scraped the side of it.
That would be bad luck, but the cut is there, and Liam Smith now has a target to work at as round 3 begins.
No, it's gone now, so maybe it was something else.
Smith takes a big left hand to the body, but he's starting to smoke now, and I often mention aggressive fighters sometimes start a little cold and take a round or 2, pressure fighters to start to heat up.
Such an upper body size disparity here.
Yeah, he just doesn't look as strong as Canelo Alvarez.
He has big legs, bigger calves, but up top, Canelo is far more bigger than him.
Canelo momentarily trapped Smith against the ropes. Crowd got excited. You mentioned that Canelo likes for an opponent to come to him. In the first round, he went to Smith. Now the fight is settling into a little bit more of a give and take.
No, he went to Smith, but you're right. But Smith is not fleet-footed. It's not a situation where Canelo has to cut the ring on a guy. Smith is basically right in front of him, so it's not as much of an effort for Canelo to come to his opponent in this case, I think.
Smith can't keep giving up those big jabs like that either.
Canelo gets in a hard right hand. Another right hand to the top of the head. Body shot with the left hand. Left hook upstairs. Right, left to the body. Excellent combinations by Canelo Alvarez.
Smith's never been dropped, but you take too many of those shots and there's a first time for everything.
A good left hook there by Liam Smith.
Yes, it was.
He hasn't thrown many punches that have meant much, but that left hook meant something, and there's a right cross. And there's the uppercut by Alvarez. You heard Eddie Reynoso asking him to throw the uppercut.
Canelo will have to probably catch Smith while he's punching to do some real damage. Catch him in between a punch, maybe.
Smith looks really conscious of blocking those body shots at this point with his elbows.
Very smart. He's got to block those down the middle shots like the uppercut and that jab.
Got to block a lot of shots because Canelo's hitting him with everything. Good uppercut by Smith.
Canelo went for the home run with the uppercut, and Smith managed to counter.
Smith is definitely a live horse in this race.
Now,
didn't look like it in the first round, but he hasn't won any rounds, but he's starting to do better and better.
Very similar.
you see the word autism on the back of Joe Gallagher's t-shirt and on the front of Liam Smith's trunks. All of the Smith fighters wear that word autism on the trunks in honor of their 12-year-old sister, Holly, who is severely autistic and greatly beloved within the family. Harold, how do you have it through three?
Okay, Chip. I got it 3-0, 30-27, Canelo Alvarez. Jim, I absolutely love that left jab and that right uppercut. I mean, he really puts a lot of pressure on Liam Smith. He's just, you know, like you said, he opened up from the beginning of the fight. He started early, and he keeps moving forward, doing the same thing, landing tremendous shots. 3-0, Canelo Alvarez.
About Smith is his defense is predicated on his shell defense, on his elbows tucked, gloves up high, but it's not like he moves his head and slips a lot of punches. So Canelo just has to tee off. He's going to hit something.
Of course he is.
Okay? Go la mano, okay? Look.
And Canelo has the type of frame that even when he's hitting your arm or your shoulder, it's not a clean scoring punch, but the opponent's going to feel it.
Now there's a mark on Liam Smith's face, a cut above his left eye, and seemingly that cut is in the same place where he was cut in a sparring session with Kell Brook a couple of months ago.
Seems like that same cut has reopened, Jim. I was just looking at it.
I said that Smith is doing better and better. His offense is present now, at least, but he's taking the same kind of beating in every round. He's just giving some back now.
And while Smith is landing some good clean shots, Alvarez's punches still have more power.
Far more power, more steam, but this is what Smith wants. He wants a long fight, want to go overtime. He and his corner said that they think that Alvarez will tire down the stretch.
The body punishment in this fight is exquisite.
And that's what we expected to see.
Both guys will feel it to the rib cage later tonight.
Yes, and both guys are superb counter body punches.
Right, even if Liam Smith is right about Canelo gassing late in the fight, Canelo's body punches will even that out and bring Smith's gas tank low.
Kovalev versus Ward is the next big pay-per-view event of the year. Here's the big pay-per-view event of the night as we head to round 5.
Kovalev Ward is the best matchup in boxing in quite some time.
Agreed. probably to be surpassed in fan interest only by Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin if they both keep going and the fight takes place. Body shot by Smith. Alvarez has slowed his pace since round one. That's allowed Smith to get into the fight.
Smith doing some good jab work early here in this round.
When Canelo fights, just as when Triple G fights, they're compared to one another. Smith hits Canelo with a shot. What would that be if Triple G landed that shot? Just as Kell Brook hit Triple G with some shots last week, and people asked the same thing about Canelo.
Two different things. Canelo at this point, it seems, was more about precision and sustained punishment. Golovkin is more about extreme power and the occasional massive explosion. Now Canelo backs into a corner for Smith. Let's see what Liam Smith can do to take advantage. Uppercut doubled by Canelo, followed by the vicious body shot.
One thing you see a difference in Triple G and Canelo. If Triple G hits a fighter with these kind of shots through 3 or 4 rounds, the other guy's not still there. But the fact that Canelo is hitting his opponent with these shots is good for Canelo. You can see he can box.
He's a very authoritative puncher, regardless of whether he has as much power as Triple G. And he's probably a better defender.
By far better defender, just not quite as an aggressive offender. Oh, good shot by Smith.
Yep.
This is quite a rally. Liam Smith is getting better and better as the fight goes on. Some of that is the fact that there's no way Alvarez could have sustained the pace that he set in round one.
Well, his offense is. He's getting hit with the same shots, but at least he's giving back, and he's catching Canelo increasingly.
And Smith stretches his ankles every time he gets the chance to, like before the round starts, and right then when the referee broke him up, he stops and stretches his ankles. Really weird there. I never seen a fighter do anything like that.
Cramping, you think, maybe?
I don't know what it is, but he stands on the side of his shoes. Something crazy, and he puts his knees back like his knees are double jointed.
Smith setting up those big shots upstairs, little tap-tap shots. You can see he knows what he's doing on the inside.
Of course he does. Oh, good shot by Smith.
Hard right hand by Smith. His best punch of the fight.
Yes, it was.
As round 5 comes to a close.
And he cut bad over his right eye too, Joe. He's cut over his right eye.
Well, it's easy to see which corner is more relaxed. Canelo Alvarez seemingly right at home. Liam Smith and Joe Gallagher are getting pumped up.
Joe Gallagher told him, watch that uppercut.
Smith's offense is coming around, and every round, the shots that he's landing are increasingly damaging, it seems, to Canelo, although he's still losing rounds by wide margins because Canelo is really putting it on him for most of the round.
Canelo's putting on a show. But Smith shows grit, determination, guts, and occasionally very hard punching.
Very tough guy, Liam Smith.
Yes, sir. Oh, good shot by Liam.
And he is catching Canelo cleanly.
Yes.
Counter rights and hard left hooks by Liam Smith. Canelo keeps coming with his body shots and his uppercuts. Uppercut, uppercut.
Asked, can Smith's best be enough to make this more than a showcase? If it hasn't yet, it's getting close.
Body shot by Canelo gonna be real dangerous right here, Max, if he throws one.
Why right now?
Well, because Smith is starting to show some fatigue in his arms and the way he's moving his body. He's so much focused on that right uppercut that he's not really focusing on the body shot right now. So now would be the best chance for Canelo to try to land one.
Smith also throws good body shots in these positions at times.
Of course he does, but right now Canelo is looking for everything from Smith. Smith does not seem to be concerned about the body shot, or not as nearly concerned about it as he is the uppercut.
See if Canelo notices that.
The British have a term for heart and determination. They call it bottle. Liam Smith is showing some kind of bottom here tonight.
95% of them show that bottom.
That's who they are.
That's
they
exactly
have
who
the
they
spirit.
are. Yes, sir.
Particularly the fighters that come to our attention internationally.
Well, you play them in soccer or football, as they call it. They run the field, and they never stop.
And the eye's bleeding pretty profusely now.
I don't know if that's a new cut or if that's the blood from the cut in the middle of the forehead.
The one from last round.
Listen to me. Hey, calm down, calm down.
Referee Luis Pabon telling Liam Smith to calm down.
Clean fight, okay?
I don't want anyone to calm down right now. It's a good
Clean
fight.
Yeah.
The referee doesn't want a fight to break out.
Great body shot by Canelo with the right hand.
Yep.
Halfway through the fight, has a nervous look on her face. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Look at Jim. I got it 6-0, 60-54. Canelo Alvarez. You know, Jim, in rounds, I guess 3, 4, 5, 6, Liam Smith has landed some nice shots. There's no doubt about it. But the problem is he doesn't land enough. I mean, if you watch the entire round and you say, who did more damage in this round, it's always Canelo Alvarez. You know, who worked harder, who threw more punches, who landed more, who landed the harder shots. That right uppercut is just a killer. And he works the body really well. I'm talking about Alvarez. I mean, those shots to the body are taking an awful lot out of Smith. 6-0, Canelo Alvarez.
I have to agree with Harold. I think those body shots have taken a lot out of Smith.
I think they would take a lot out of anybody. I agree with Harold that Smith has won that Canelo has won every round, but Smith has been increasingly competitive in the fight. He just doesn't seem to have quite enough firepower to reverse the damage against Canelo, who's been brilliant so far.
In the movies, Rocky Balboa takes all the shots and somehow comes
Down
through.
goes Smith. A big right hand over the top by Canelo Alvarez.
First knocked out of his career.
And the blood is beginning to really flow from above that right eye.
In real life, the plucky underdog takes a beating like that, he goes down.
And that's what those body shots will do to you.
The curtains are closing. The curtains are closing for Liam Smith. It's going to be very hard for him to work his way out of this now. Alvarez with a big left hook.
Well, he's going to go out swinging if he goes out here, guys.
Better
The only
believe
way
it.
he'll know how.
Better believe it.
Okay, nobody throw.
There's a gusher of blood above Smith's right eye now. And it's bound to affect his vision as Alvarez tries to finish the fight with one hard right-hand shot, and Smith ducks it.
Those body shots add up.
You better believe it, Max.
Brilliant left hook. Alvarez trying to set Smith up for the kill, and Smith trying to reverse the fight again.
And that's what I like to see. A guy is likely to be knocked out. He's been knocked down, beaten up. Throw caution to the wind. Put real power behind some shots and see if you can't turn things around. Even if it hastens your demise, at least it gives you a chance. Canelo felt that left hook.
Smith is going to close this round with a rally. What courage. As we go to round 8 of a scheduled 12. Canelo Alvarez has won every round. He's knocked Liam Smith down for the first time in Smith's career that he's touched the canvas. He's busted up his right eye. He has landed an unbelievable assortment of hellacious shots, and Smith is still in there.
Canelo's also flashed a pretty good defense. Little of what Smith threw in the end of the last round landed. And when Smith has landed solid shots upstairs, Canelo's also shown a good chin.
And there was a good counter right over the top of the jab by Canelo.
Canelo landing more than half his power shots so far in the fight. That's almost always a formula for victory.
First time I saw Liam Smith move his head all night to avoid a jab.
He had to, Max. Those uppercuts will make you move your head. Those are vicious punches. So he's even throwing it now because he knows what he's doing to him. Now, good work with the left hand by Liam Smith.
Yes, it is. Canelo actually defending well, but Smith just smart on offense, landing some shots.
Very good left hand he has.
Because of the way they both fight and the significance of the event and the number of punches that are landing on both sides.
Oh, good body shot.
If this were a closer fight, it would have been a fight of the year candidate. But it isn't a close fight. As Smith goes to the canvas a second time on a body shot.
Been down by a head shot and a body shot.
Canelo's landed some just beautiful, vicious body punches tonight, and he stayed with the body.
Amazing work. And you have to wonder how much more of this it's intelligent for Smith to try to take.
Right, well, Joe Gallagher has to ask that question of himself pretty soon. Smith's trainer, Nick Bell.
Any questions about Canelo's drawing power? 51,240 is the official attendance in this stadium here tonight. So Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith draw 51,240, of whom Smith and his people were given the chance to sell 350 tickets in Great Britain. Round 9 of a scheduled 12. Seems to be a matter of time. Bloodletting at this point. How much punishment does Liam Smith want to take?
Another good body shot just landed, Jim.
How much punishment will his corner let him take?
He's already proven his honor. He's proven his courage. He's proven his will. What else does he have to prove?
Still fighting back viciously though, Jim.
A terrific fight, Jim, and you're right. If they were more evenly matched in terms of skill and talent, it would be a fight of the year kind of fight. But all the pluck in the world from Smith just isn't enough. Canelo's on a different level. So this is either a amazing showcase for what it is, or something more than that. I feel like it's crossed over into something more than that, that Smith has given a good enough account of himself to say that this was a really good prize fight.
Oh, good body shot again. Shows you too that with a fighter like Canelo, it doesn't make a difference of really who he fights. He still can make it entertaining.
Well, particularly with a guy who's not hard to hit and who's going to come at him.
Fascinating how their styles mirror each other. Liam Smith is a lowercase Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, he is.
You put a guy like Kirkland, particularly without Ann Wolfe in the corner, Liam Smith, a guy who's going to come at Canelo and be aggressive and show heart, and you'll make a great fight every time.
Well, this is why people are so anxious. There's knockdown number 3.
That's enough.
That's it.
I don't think he can get up from
He'll
that.
get up no way.
Good, ref.
Referee Luis Pabon waves his arms. That is a knockout in the 9th round for Canelo Alvarez. He fights a man who's never been knocked down and puts him down 3 times en route to the knockout victory.
And damaged him internally, which is why I feel like the fight, the contest, the competitive event was over after the last round. And this was the exclamation point, but maybe punishment that Smith didn't need to take.
Final CompuBox numbers. And these numbers should reflect a technically brilliant performance by Canelo Alvarez. High level of accuracy, amazing level of power. Alvarez landing 37% of his punches overall. Liam Smith gradually was evening up the numbers as they went along after Alvarez got a huge jump on him in the first couple of rounds, but at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez dominant, landing 45 more power punches, throwing only 12 more, landing at a 51% connect percentage, and as we've told you 1,000 times, you land more than 50% of your power shots. In almost every instance, you're going to win the fight. Liam Smith tried very hard and showed amazing courage, standing in against a hellacious body attack and some very skillful upstairs combination punching by Canelo Alvarez. And now Max Kellerman stands by in the ring with a guy who has just now won, again, a 154-pound belt, Canelo Alvarez.